Cars are everywhere. They dominate our roads, our cities, and even our dreams. For over a century, cars have promised us freedom, speed, and convenience. We use them to commute to work, visit friends and family, and explore the world around us. The automobile revolutionized transportation, transforming how we live, work, and play. Before cars, people relied on horses, bicycles, and their own 2 feet to get around. Distances seemed greater, journeys were slower, and cities were smaller, denser places. Today, cars are so ingrained in our lives that it's hard to imagine a world without them. But what if we hit the rewind button? What if cars had never been invented? Let's journey into an alternate reality, a world where the automobile never existed. In a world without cars, bicycles would reign supreme. Imagine cities crisscrossed by bike lanes, not highways. People would commute to work on sleek, high-tech bicycles, their backpacks filled with groceries or briefcases. Bike messengers would zip through the streets, delivering packages with speed and agility. Families would enjoy leisurely weekend rides along dedicated bike paths, breathing fresh air and enjoying the scenery. Cities would be designed for human-powered transportation with shorter distances between homes, workplaces, and shops. The air would be cleaner, the streets would be quieter, and people would be healthier. Without cars clogging up the arteries of transportation, trains would experience a glorious resurgence. High-speed rail lines would connect cities, allowing for rapid and efficient travel across vast distances. Imagine boarding a sleek, modern train in London and arriving in Paris in just a few hours, all while enjoying a delicious meal and stunning views of the countryside. Commuting between cities and towns would be a breeze, with frequent and reliable train services. Freight trains would rumble across continents, transporting goods and materials, just as they did in the early days of industrialization. While bicycles and trains would handle most transportation needs, horses would make a remarkable comeback in a carless world. In rural areas and smaller towns, horses would once again become a familiar sight, pulling carts, ploughing fields, and providing transportation. Horses would also play a vital role in cities, especially for short-distance deliveries and transportation in areas not easily accessible by bicycles or trains. Stables would dot urban landscapes, and the rhythmic clip-clop of hooves would replace the roar of engines. The absence of cars would send shockwaves through the global economy. Industries built around automobile manufacturing, oil production, and road construction would vanish, replaced by new sectors focused on bicycles, trains, and horse-drawn carriages. Jobs would shift from assembly lines to workshops, from oil rigs to stables. Blacksmiths and farriers would see a surge in demand, their skills once again highly valued. Global trade patterns would transform. The reliance on oil would diminish, leading to a more diverse and localized energy landscape. Countries would focus on producing goods and services that could be transported efficiently by rail or sea. Section 6. Urban transformation, cities designed for people, not cars. Without the need to accommodate millions of cars, cities would be radically different. Streets would be narrower, sidewalks would be wider, and public spaces would flourish. Imagine bustling plazas filled with cafes, shops, and street performers where children could play freely and neighbors could gather. Buildings would be taller and closer together, creating a denser, more walkable urban environment. Parks and green spaces would be woven throughout cities, providing residents with access to nature and fresh air. Section 7. A day in the life's slower pace, closer communities. In a carless world, life would move at a different pace. Commutes would be shorter, but they might involve a leisurely bike ride or a scenic train journey. People would have more time to enjoy their surroundings, connect with their neighbors, and savor the simple pleasures of life. Shopping would be a local affair, with corner stores and neighborhood markets replacing sprawling supermarkets. Communities would be stronger, as people would depend more on each other for transportation, support, and social interaction. Section 8. Echoes of the past, when inventions reshaped the world. The invention of the car, like many groundbreaking inventions throughout history, brought about profound changes. The printing press revolutionized communication, the steam engine powered the Industrial Revolution, and the internet transformed how we access information and connect with each other. Each of these inventions brought both progress and challenges, reshaping societies and altering the course of human history. Just as the printing press led to the decline of handwritten manuscripts, a carless world would bring its own set of winners and losers, opportunities and obstacles. Imagining a world without cars allows us to reflect on the impact of our inventions and to consider alternative paths not taken. Section 9. Weighing the wheels, the pros and cons of a car-free life. A world without cars might sound idyllic to some, a nightmare to others. On the one hand, it promises cleaner air, quieter cities and healthier lifestyles. It encourages us to slow down, appreciate our surroundings and connect with our communities. On the other hand, it could mean sacrificing convenience, freedom and speed. It raises questions about economic disruption, the feasibility of long-distance travel and the challenges of transporting goods and services. Ultimately, the question of whether a carless world would be better or worse is a matter of perspective and priorities. It's a thought experiment that invites us to imagine alternative futures and to consider the trade-offs we make in our pursuit of progress.